Released on the 12th of June 1995 by A&M Records, Infernal Love is the fifth album by Northern Irish alternative metal band Therapy. As the follow-up to their 1994 smash hit record Triple Gum, all eyes in the British rock scene were on the Northern Ireland trio in 1995 to see if they could replicate its commercial and critical success. It would always be a tall order to top a record that landed a Mercury Music Prize nomination, won Album of the Year in Kerrang magazine, and shifted 100,000 units in the UK alone. One thing we can say is that Infernal Love is not Trouble Gun Part 2. More atmospheric and brooding, less metal and punk, and more attuned to noise rock using pop structures, this record is perhaps the most underrated album in the band's repertoire. Looking back, Therapy main man A.D.K admits that the pressure of writing Infernal Love was something they'd never experienced before. Now a whole crew of A&R people, managers, accountants and technicians relying on the commercial success of Therapy to pay their mortgages. The suits at A&M Records were adamant it needed to sell 1 million copies to be a success. Lead single Stories became a top 20 hit in the UK and in the Republic of Ireland, but the surprise hit was the group's radical reinterpretation of Diane by Husker Du, which contained only cellos and voice in its arrangement. It went on to land in the top 20 in Belgium, Finland, the Netherlands and Sweden. Though Infernal Love did not achieve gold in the UK, it was certified silver for sales of 60,000 units and also shifted 25,000 copies in Belgium, but it got nowhere near the sales figures its backers hoped it could achieve. Touring in 1995 started in Australia in April, where the band joined Nine Inch Nails, Faith No More and Tool on the Alternative Nation Festival circuit for 4 dates before branching off in June for their headlining tour of the UK and Europe for the rest of the year. Kearns remembers it being a lonely and exhausting time, stuck in a doom loop of drink and drugs in between shows. Kerrang and Q Magazine awarded Infernal Love a perfect 5 out of 5, but Metal Hammer were less enthused, awarding it a disappointing 2 out of 5. The same journalist that lauded them in Enemy and Melody Maker in 1994 now painted them as behind the times thanks to the rise of Britpop and the death of grunge. The crossover appeal of a heavy guitar band had run its course outside the world of rock, and the metal world were not too sure if they even belonged. So how does this album stand up 30 years later?